Excitement is building up for the DStv Delicious International Food and Music Festival. South Africa's premier food, music and lifestyle event at Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit in Midrand starts tomorrow and ends on Sunday. In its 10th year anniversary, the festival features a long list of star-studded lineup and cosmopolitan food. For more on this conversation, we're now joined by Gauteng tourism spokesperson Barba Gaoganediwe. Barba, thank you so much for your time this evening and for joining us. Now in its 10th year, the DStv Food Fest is certainly one of the favorite events that South Africa hosts on an annual basis. What do you think it is about this event that certainly has people so excited around this time of the year?
Thank you very much. It's indeed a weekend enkulu. It's the delicious weekend on Heritage Weekend. It doesn't get bigger than that. It's a culmination of our different cultures and experiences housed in the 15.5 million people of Gauteng. So we have an opportunity to play champion host to 1,000 others coming from the rest of South Africa and the region. So it's a celebration. It's a spring to summer, but it's also an expression of the relations between heritage, tourism, and culture. And this year marks 10 years of delicious International Food and Music Festival, a proudly South African product that brings together two most precious commodities that are part of our heritage as South Africa and Africa, music and food. And when we bring in the people that are united in our diversity, it doesn't get bigger than that.
It most certainly doesn't, but what it also does is bring together a lot of entrepreneurs. Talk to us about the inclusion of entrepreneurs, and not only for them to showcase their products and their delicious food, but for them to be able to sell to a wide array of audiences.
The festival and our broader tourism offerings in Gauteng, it's anchored on our ability to mainstream small, medium, and micro enterprises. And in the province, we are very biased and deliberate about that, it being those SMMEs that are housed in our townships, in our informal settlements, and in our hostels. And the Delicious Festival is no different. This year, we are also piloting a much important aspect called the Delicious Festival Traders Academy, which is a training and entrepreneur development program for SMMEs in the food, in the beverage space, and in our broader restaurantees and hospitality sector. So 50 of them have been going through an intensive program around food security, food preparations, and we think this will go a long way in creating a revitalized skill force. You'll remember that as a result of COVID, the sector lost a whole range of skilled workforce to other industries. So as implementing the tourism recovery plan, we are proud to be associated with this festival that has a soul that said to us we are going to use our infrastructure to help the hospitality and tourism sector in its reskilling effort. So this is not just about the music and the food. At the heart of it, it's about SMMEs, especially those that are women and youth-led that are found in our townships and informal settlement, playing a key role. These are not just food enterprises. It also includes those that are selling creative artifacts. It includes those that are part of our creative sector with murals and the like. So those that are coming over will form part of what we expect at the end of this Heritage Weekend in Gauteng, 250,000 people that will be either at the Delicious Festival, those that will be part of the MTN 8 in Tshwane, and those that will be part of the Anthony Hamilton festivals and many other activities. So these are not just numbers or statistics. These are real people that are going to be benefiting, buying from the entrepreneurs, taking something home. These entrepreneurs will be able to take their kids home. They will be start to plan for the bumper summer period. So that's what event does. They don't just bring hope and increase the happiness index of the country. They are able to bring direct money into the pockets of the SMMEs whom majority of them had 3 years of pause of trading, and that caused the devastation. So the happiness is not just on the music revelers and those that will be enjoying the pumping sounds at Kyalami, but the tills of our enterprises will be ringing, and that puts them in a better position to have a bumper festive season where they will be able to trade.
And speaking of that trade, just talk to us about the economy of this festival. How many short-term jobs are created, and how much of an injection does this festival make in terms of the economy of Gauteng?
This is the only festival where the setup takes 2 weeks. Therefore, for the past 2 weeks, we have been having people employed to work in. We have more than 4,000 people that are part of this festival employed. We are looking at an injection into the provincial economy of close to 400 million, ranging from those that will be using our accommodation, our hospitality infrastructure, our transport, but also the sector includes aviation. We are expecting a huge number of people from across our region. The Botswana border, I got reports that it's pumping with everybody looking forward to a delicious weekend. So this is a regional gathering where we celebrate our heritage with job opportunities at the center, economic recovery being mainstreamed, while people are enjoying what South Africa we do best, singing, dancing, and enjoying ourselves in hard, in bad times, in good times, and when we are pioneering forward to rebuild our country.
And speaking of all those numbers that would be coming through to the festival and would be infiltrating the province, surely there must be a huge aspect of security that you really need to look into to ensure that your patrons really do have a delicious weekend.
Absolutely, and part of it starts with ourselves being the champion host. I spoke about the 15.5 million people of Gauteng who are our golden trading commodities. No amount of deployment of security without the actual communities taking part will give us any positive results. So the beneficiaries of an event like this, which are our hosting communities, will have to be the first line of making sure that we provide a memorable, safer, and visitable eventing experience. We have just received good news from the National Department of Tourism, with Gauteng receiving an extra 100 tourism safety monitors, which are going to be deployed, among others, to hubs and activities like this event. We have also seen the Premier leading the charge with the deployment in the province of the crime prevention wardens, or as they are called, Amapanyaza. These are important steps towards creating a safer, visitable, and livable experience, not just for those that are coming for the festival, but for the residents of the province first as champion hosts. This will go a long way in also sending out a message of hope and prosperity and opening of the sector to those that are in the region and across the world that are looking at South Africa as a premier destination for quality global events, especially the millennials that are taken by storm by our conquering sounds of Amapiano, by how international acts comes into our destination and just assimilate with our culture, and they form part of us. These are some of our global traits that we need to harness, and addressing incidents of crime and grime, making sure our destination is visitable, is hospitable, and is livable, will go a long way in pioneering and deepening this.
And I'm sure in ensuring that you ensure that those young people find themselves in spaces where they are contributing economically. The Traders Academy that you made mention of earlier, what's your plan in terms of how you plan on expanding it next year beyond the 50 that have joined this year's academy?
We are already looking at having, by end of March, which is our financial year, 300 that are going to be graduating out of this. We are quite excited that the food and bev SETA and the CAT SETA have joined this initiative. And the graduates will not just be of good value to the delicious international festival, but all our events in Gauteng. This will be a stamp of quality and approval that when you come to our events, you are going to be served by well-trained graduates that came through this program. They've not also been trained in laboratories and classrooms. They have been drilled in actual events live events set up. So platforms like the forthcoming Joy of Jazz next weekend, platform like the Spring Fiesta, platforms like the Hey Neighbor festivals, Homecoming, and many others will benefit from this skilled workforce. And we think the private sector, having pioneered this, and other festivals will come into the party so that we can have our young people also starting to appreciate and benefiting from this growing phenomenon of an eventing destination. It's not just about the music and the food. At the heart of it is economic growth, development, and prosperity to address the triple challenge of unemployment, poverty, and hopelessness that continues to engulf us as we emerge from the devastation caused by the pandemic. The tourism and hospitality sector is one of those sectors that can propel us to greater heights. The barriers to entry are almost non-existent. It's a feel-good sector. It's a finished good. There are no major qualifications required. We need passion, dedication, and everybody behind the flag of the country. That will be what helps us to recover.
Most certainly. Barba, thank you so much for your time this evening. We do wish you the best with the festival and everyone that's coming into the province of Gauteng that will be enjoying this delicious weekend. That was Gauteng Tourism spokesperson Barba Gaoganediwe speaking to us there about the DStv Delicious Food Fest that starts tomorrow.